Welcome to Divoli's Dream. Thanks for watching. Today I want to do a quick video on expanding foam. So here is a narrow gap between the door jamb and the stud. This gap back here is a little bit wider. This is maybe an inch wide. But there's window and door foam. I filled this bigger gap with it, and it's about 3 times as much for the window and door foam than the big gap foam. But in my opinion, being this close to the door jamb, it was worth spending the extra money. The expanding foam that will fill the big gaps will bow your door frame, and you will either get it stuck shut or stuck open. So for the extra $8 a can, it was worth using the correct product. So here's the gap around the jamb. That's real narrow up in here. I'll get another can tomorrow and fill that in. So the foam, even the minimal expanding foam came out, it expanded. So I cut it off. So if you're moving along on the job and it's not all one day and you want to save a little bit of money, just pick up the money that you swept up off the floor and stick it in the hole. Well, I don't know how much that is in there, probably 50 cents. There's two quarters sitting in there of trash. Not focusing in, but there it goes. So in there, I didn't spray that in. I cut it off the other side and shoved it in here for tomorrow. This will pack in a little bit. What you're trying to do when you're insulating gaps is not necessarily trying to fill the gap up to keep cold in or out or heat in or out. When you heat your house, the enemy to heating your house and cooling your house is wind. Wind blows all of the modified air, the heated air, the cool air out of the house. So you picture a house our size, and there's no air movement, but we have a heater down one end. And it's really warm down there and really cold down here. Well, it's sealed, we'll say 100% sealed. But that heat's still going to sit down there. It might wander down here a little bit. Now, if we go put a fan down there, it's going to disperse the air around the room. Why? Because the air movement moved the air. I can't think of the word. The same with the cold air. You put a fan on, it'll move the cold air around. So you want to minimize air movement in and out of your walls, in and out of your roof, in and out of your ceilings, between the rooms. It'll keep your mold away. It'll keep mold from growing, and you'll use less fuel, and you'll be more comfortable, quite frankly. So what you're doing with that spray foam, yes, you're adding an R value, an insulated value, but you're also stopping that air. That air blows the heat right out of your house. So go ahead and do it. The foam expands, right? So there's little tiny pockets in there, and that's what insulates and stops the airflow. So this side tomorrow, I'm going to use a window and door spray foam. And then up here, in this gap up here, I'm not going to be able to get fiberglass insulation in there to my satisfaction. So I'm going to put a big gap filler in there. I'm going to spray it in there. It's going to be sealed, and I'm going to be happy. Possibly that one as well. I can't fit a full bat in there. But working my way down here, behind those cripple studs, I'll spray behind them and then put fiberglass in the front. Spray behind here, back in that gap, put fiberglass in here. Spray here, fiberglass in that bay. It's quite simple, but air is quite interesting as well. So down in the bathroom, I'm going to buy 2-inch panels of closed cell foam. I'm going to put the closed cell foam here. I'm going to put fiberglass out here, and it's going to keep this bathroom very well climate controlled. The closed cell is expensive, but if you just want to use it here and there, keep the cost down. Our house is going to be tight enough with the way that it's built that I'm okay with doing fiberglass. We got the floor, under the floor is spray foamed. We had that done before it arrived. That was $3 a square foot to have the spray foam put in. And that was well worth it. It's an air seal, it's a vapor barrier, and it's an insulator, and it'll keep the critters out. Give you something better to look at than the inside here. Anyway, I hope you can see it. I have the camera flipped around where I can't see what I'm looking at. So you want to seal your air gaps, you want your insulation, and use common sense. You know, put your money where you'll get the most value out of it. If I didn't think I was going to get back $12 for a can of the expanding foam, I wouldn't have spent the money. It is a lot, but you're not going to have those little drafts around your door locks, around your deadbolts, around your hinges, around your doors, around your windows. They're just annoying. They're probably not life-changing, but you're not going to feel that wind or the breeze coming through. Yes, you're going to save money. It is going to save you money, but you'll be happier and your house will be happier in the long run, just getting everything sealed up properly. You also need to make sure you have the correct air circulation and airflow. You don't want it too tight. If you make it too tight, you'll have problems. You'll definitely have problems. So in some of the higher end homes, there's makeup air. There's computers and that monitor the air pressure and what's in there. And they're building some of these new houses so tight that they have to suck fresh air into the HVAC system, the heating, ventilation, and air conditioning system. That's the word I was looking for before, the conditioned air. That you have to suck makeup air in from the outside. I guess there's some value to it. To me, there's not. I don't want the house so tight that I have to buy a piece of equipment that I have to pay to run so that I can get air in. Doesn't make sense. But that's my 2 cents on the air moving around, on the insulation. Air movement, very important. Minimize air movement. I'm sure there's a formula where somebody else can figure it out, but if you cut down on that air movement, you'll be more comfortable and you'll have a healthier house. It's all part of whole home health. There you go, Triple H. It's all part of keeping the air nice and comfortable inside, keeping your money inside instead of flowing out your doors and your windows and your walls. Anyway, that was a lot of words. I think air is really, I'll say neat, I won't say cool. I think air and air movement and air handling is a very, very, very interesting subject. And I'll stop there only because you know what they say.